Right. So many of us are just plain tired. We're worn out. We're 4 months now into the coronavirus pandemic. And can you imagine how this is for teenagers? Or if you have a teenager, you're probably feeling that right now. So we're joined by family therapist Jodi 𝚘𝚘𝚗 this morning. Jodi, I can only imagine being a teenager and being forced to stick around the house for 4 months, how stir crazy they would be, as well as the parents. Am I right?
Yeah, it's really an incredible burden on them, all of us really, but definitely our young ones.
I mean, thankfully, they do communicate so much by phone nowadays that they at least can have their phones at home to stay in touch with friends. But, you know, I'm sure the anxiety of not knowing what's going to happen for school in the fall and so many athletes not able to play sports or go to summer camps right now has got to be tough.
Yeah, they lost so many activities and so many things that they were planning to do this summer. And so there's a lot of loss happening with them, and that's a big concern. And there's not much to look forward to. And so, yes, they're getting together with their friends outside, and there's small groups happening, but it's much less than they're used to. So they're feeling a sense of isolation, even if they're seeing their friends a little bit. There's a growing sense of isolation, and I think that's really a burden on our psyche. It's really hard for us to deal with.
In addition to that, do you think that helps, or not helps, that makes people more tired too when they have that burden?
Yeah, so, you know, when we're around other people, it invigorates us. It lifts our energy up. And so when we're not around other people, our dopamine's not triggering as much, and we get more exhausted and then less interested in doing stuff. So you might see this with your teenager, that they're less interested and more unmotivated. And that's not just because they're lazy or they're tired or they're not sleeping. It's because of the isolation. That's why it's happening.
I mean, that may be all they're doing right now is sleeping. What are some tips for parents who want to wake themselves up and their teenagers up and kind of get back in the groove of things a little bit?
Yeah, well, we need a sense of purpose. So we need something to do that means something. And we've lost a lot of that in the structure of our life, so we have to create it for ourselves. So teens really need something that, like a goal or something that they do or create. And that is more important than ever right now. So let them paint a mural. Let them do something, make something, give it away. Let them get involved in something. That is going to be really important to reinvigorate them, to energize them, and make them feel a sense of belonging that they're missing right now.
I liked what you said about painting a mural. I think creativity is such a fantastic outlet. Even just reading a book, you mentioned writing, and
Yes.
maybe a little bit of incentive. Like if you do this, then you can do that, right?
Yes, I'm all for that. That's great.
Yeah, that works with my toddler very well. A lot of compromise going on. What about parents who may be feeling drained themselves and are still working from home?
Well, I guess it's the same thing. Like, we all need that sense of belonging, and we all need a sense of purpose. And so movement is something that helps build our energy up, but also having some goals. Like, we all at all ages need something to look forward to or something to work for, so we have meaning in our life. Without that, we feel untethered, we feel exhausted, we feel lonely. And so even as parents, we need that. Actually, every age you are, you need a sense of purpose in something. You need some novelty in your life, something different sometimes that makes you, that lights you up.
No, what we've been doing is taking drives to new places just to see things outside of the house. You're in your car, you're social distance, you're safe. We bring the snacks, so we don't have to get out and do much. Just to look around, see new things, and explore kind of breaks up the monotony of everything.
Great. Yes. Excellent. And have a family project. Have us, build something, create something. We all have these materials in our basement, and we can get some things that you can make something outside that you would never have done before. And that stimulates and connects you, bonds you. Mm-hmm. And it's win-win in my book.
I think it also makes memories, which is fantastic. Something they'll remember, exactly. A good thing they'll remember from this time. Jodi, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Some great tips.